Comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Across midfield. He's on his way. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A huge play there right off the bat. Give him 58 yards on the ground. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not. That's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 74 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Marshawn Lloyd with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then 1 play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
First run now for Kyron Williams. Eric Stokes in on the tackle. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be taken at the 13. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they have things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Up the middle they go. Lloyd. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here is 3rd down and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Now a handoff up the middle. Lloyd. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Peterson now from the gun on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one. 1st and 10. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out problem.
The defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. 2nd and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. The Packers at 5 and 6 to start play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Gets past one man, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 133 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Off play action, Peterson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go, set, go.
Lloyd. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marshawn Lloyd with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. They're going to look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets one go deep for Addison. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball. And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone. So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Looking to throw. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be. Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range. Steps away to his left.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. They'll set up to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Vikings are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They're going to run this with a tight end. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Williams is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Ludd's good on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 153 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 43. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Go.
Up the middle they go. It's Lloyd. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he rifles one incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Ready? 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready?
Looking to throw. Peterson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Narvison now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
He'll look to throw. That is caught. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, defensively, they're doing everything they can to protect this early lead after giving up a touchdown on their last drive.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And this is where we trust him from. This dist and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's Peterson. A final shot before break. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Vikings 20.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now a 2nd and 10.
19,
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Over the middle, that's the tight end Senate.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Add this game to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to...
They'll look to throw again. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Here's 3rd and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. He's got a man, complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to extend their lead. Oh, wait. To get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, trying to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to a position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. To the sideline and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
He'll look to throw.
That pass taken in by Addison.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And this one's back to an 8-point game.
Next to score, Packers 35, Vikings 27.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Back to throw. Peterson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on 1st down. Lloyd, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
79 Bronco. Let's go.
2nd and 6. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Peterson from the gun. He'll throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Kramer. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Ben Sinnott.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Not enough there for a 1st. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL,
And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Here we go, here we go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. 59 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Gallagher. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll drop to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. but a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
No, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Peterson. He's going to float this one deep right side.
That is intercepted. Now look out.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
back to throw. He lets one go deep for Addison. That is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Lloyd. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a handoff up the middle. Lloyd. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's third and a few inches. Try to take this home. They'll run. And he loses the football a second time. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Green Bay, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, yo. Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give fucking competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission.